Cool, guys. So every Monday, if you don't know a little bit in the life of an owner, okay, our upline is who? Richard, okay. And if you're part of Zach's crew, okay, upline is Shannon and Dana. But with that being said, every Monday we do an organization call. So every executive branch manager across the industry that has been mentored by Richard, okay, who runs the office in Dallas, actually gets on this owner's call. Okay? So if you're not on it, you should get on it. Right? That's step one, get on it, okay? And step two, right, is really the content and the association in that room, right? Like it's pretty cool. Is it okay if we just talk about just some facts?
Yes.
Okay, so they finalized the dates for R&R. Does everyone know what R&R is?
Yes.
Okay, if someone had to describe R&R to me, what would it be? Tell me, Isis, what would R&R be? Tell me, I know you get excited. Tell us.
A reward in itself.
Right, specifically, what is R&R, Jeff?
R&R stands for rest and recreation, but I think it's
Rest and relaxation, but yes.
yeah.
I got you.
I think some selected people and some owners, they all go together. So relationships and recreation.
Fords.
Sports. It's sports, yeah. Some owners and some selected people, they all go together and they just, I guess, take a break, chill out.
Relax.
Relax, yeah.
Yeah.
Indifferent way to say it.
That's the most indifferent way to say it. Everybody who has completed the training across the entire country gets together at a destination, and it's a completely expense-paid trip. Every year, we haven't done it since COVID. So the last one that happened was in 2019.
Jamaica.
Okay, in Jamaica. Was it really?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was, where is it, Punta Cana?
Punta Cana's this year.
Yeah, it was the exact same place. And then the reason why I know is because Richard went there as a top leader. Just so y'all know, just so I can give you a perspective on how far it was. Richard went there while he was going through the training. Okay, Richard went there as he's going through training. Now he goes there with 26 owners that he's coached and mentored. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty? I think that's pretty cool. Unheard of, unspeakable. That's our upline. Okay, and that's the future of it. Okay, so they announced the final trips and the exact dates. It's April 20th through 23rd. April 20th through the 23rd. Okay, in Dominican Republic, and it's completely expense paid trip. And if you don't have a passport and you're looking to get promoted, get a passport. Okay, I'm looking to go ahead and bring about four people with me, and they just have to be assistant managers or owners. So, I mean, if you want to be part of that, just get promoted really. Okay, fair?
Fair.
Cool. All right, other than that, also we have some other cool opportunities coming up that I want to give a little bit of update towards. Okay, email submissions. Okay, if you submit your email, the end of the day, the deadline is going to be the 30th. Okay, so when those fireworks go off, so does the deadline, okay? So New Year's is going to be definitely the deadline for these email submissions. Now what that email is for, okay, is to get and go ahead and apply, okay, to be selected to go to this conference that we have in Philadelphia, okay? It's a conference where 1,600 people across the country, okay, across the region, gather around and they just associate for 2 days, okay? And then they have speakers with people who are top owners, who are crushing the business, who are growing, and they interview them, and you get to see real life people who are completed the training we're trying to go through. Who raised your hand if you went to the last Philadelphia conference? Okay, if you had to describe it in one sentence, what would it be, Brianne?
Impactful.
Impactful. Okay.
It was a great time.
It was a great time. It was just fun, right?
Yeah.
Like I think the only thing I loved more than the actual conference was the road trip there with my people.
That was fun. One sentence. This is good.
This is good. Got a case of the goods.
I would definitely say it's realistic.
Realistic. Does it put it kind of things into perspective?
Yes.
Like you hear the good and the bad, right? Like you're gonna talk about this owner who got in and was selfish and didn't make it, and had to go on a retrain and came back 10 times stronger. You're gonna hear about this person who crushed it, got lazy in his business, and it started suffering and had to pick it back up. Like you're gonna hear I think the biggest problem people hear now is that they see Alexis work so hard, they see Zach so successful, and they start to doubt, is it that easy? No, it's not. They just make it look easy. That's what we're trained for 6 months to do. Make sense? What's up, Jeff?
It was inspiring when you hear people's why and they became owners and they crushed doing the thing that they wanted to do in the first place. It was inspirational.
No? Okay, inspirational. I love it. right? I think it's pretty freaking cool. I already put a number down that I'm trying to bring 40 people. Okay, but I'm willing to lie and bring more if people qualify. Make sense?
Makes sense.
And we just need to get there. We need to get more people there. How many people have never been to a conference? Raise your hand. Now raise your hand with confidence. Okay, cool. Awesome. I would love to get y'all there. Okay, Porto asking me about a one-on-one. How do I get there? All you gotta do is submit an email first. Step one is submit an email. Because I don't care if I will love you there. I don't care if I knew you would be good there. The client really wants to see you put yourself in position by at least submitting an email. Okay, that email is sent to me and your upliners. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Cool. That's a couple of updates. So the email and then also the R&R. And so also we went over that in the call. But the next thing we went over was 2023 goals. Okay, Karen, do you mind doing a share? Can you get on my on the plaque on the wall? It's my 2023 goals. 2022. Can you grab it? Yes. Thank you. So last year on New Year's, okay, Richard sent an email to about 56 people, and it was his 2022 goals. Okay, and it's pretty cool to say that he achieved every single one but two. And one of the only two he didn't achieve was read every single day. Okay, and another one. All right, and with that being said, right, I think it's pretty cool to set goals, but I think it's also cool that you got to know how to set them. Fair?
Fair.
Cool. So it's gonna be a really short meeting. Okay, these were my goals last year. Is it okay if I just read a couple of off?
Yes.
Cool. So I had them separated in three. I had organization, personal office, recruiting, and personal. So personal office is 15 leaders with 30 people plus in the office after 3 months. Okay, I can gladly say we hit that. Okay, within 23 days. Promote 3 outside offices outside of North Carroll. Okay, we promoted 2, but we get overrides on 3. I think that's pretty cool, right? Get a second generation office. I have not hit that. Okay, not excited about that one. Okay, hit 3 personal $25,000 wires. So what that means is, if you don't know what a personal wire is, okay, all it means is the direct deposit that hits the business grossly. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So your wire can be however many sales we did times 210 for Verizon. That would be your wire. Owners just say wire because that's what's wired to us. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone with me? Wires, direct deposits, gross income, all the same word. Cool? We hit that definitely. 3 outside deals, like I said, yes. 100K in my business account personally. Help to inspire more people to management. Win Rookie Manager of the Year. Okay.
We'll
Still
find
working
out.
on that.
We'll find out soon.
We'll find out by April. Okay. Top 5 office and sales. Yes, in water we were top 2.
Yeah.
Top 2, our best ever. Be known for the rookie owner who paid himself only when he made it to the field for the first 2 months. Blah blah blah. Didn't go out to the field until 15 liters. Lived below his means. Put everything back into the business. Hit the 20K bonus. So does anyone not heard of what the 20K bonus is? I know we don't talk about this enough. Cool. So on Nestle specifically, okay, and the moment you make it into management and you decide to relocate, if your business can do 120 sales back to back within 8 weeks span, you get $20,000 from the client. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We hit that. Be the most humble and grateful manager. Be able to afford sending road trips to Richard, Chains, and Steven's office. I will say we have definitely been able to send road trips out. We have one currently going on right now. We have a road trip in Nashville. Recruiting sides, North Carolina has 10 plus new starts at least 10 weeks throughout the year. No excuses, definitely. First round retention to be 85% or higher for 20 weeks. We did not do that. We got 85% or higher on first rounds. I didn't get to the math on 12 weeks. So we missed out on 8 weeks. I was not excited about that. I'll be known for the office with the best orientation to leader retention off pure relationships and one-on-ones outside the office. I can gladly say there hasn't been a single week where I think me or Alexis has never done more than 10 one-on-ones in a week. Okay, so I'm excited about that. Personally, run the business with faith at the forefront, network with 5 owners weekly, continue to honor the partnership, become a better man and a future husband, be patient with others, and remember to love my job and opportunity. Personally save another $100,000, right? Pay for my sister's quince. Read every day. I've missed 13 days, I think I said. 13, 15? I said 15? 15 days I counted last night. I have missed 15 days in the year. Not excited about that. Pay off student loans, done. Begin to transfer over to passive income quadrant, done. Be a hub for offices to road trip to, due to our pure healthy environment and culture that cultivates monster work ethic. We've actually had a couple of NCs visit us, program managers visit us. and we still got a lot of work to do because I think we still have some flaws. Safe to say.
Yeah.
Be comfortable letting people grow at their own pace. Being a support rather than a stern figure. Okay, I think I can be better at that. Become the number one rookie office and remain humble to my upline and cross lines at all times. Thank Richard and Chang for giving the opportunity. Read 25 books, check. Fly family to visit the business, not check. Sister is coming to visit though. And to impact a person's life positively every day. So these are just a couple of the goals we have. Okay, but I didn't just like think about these. Okay, right? Richard has a formula for how to create these goals, and I sent this out when I was in the training program. Okay, like I had an office of 0 people. Okay, I sent this out December 27th, and I was just an assistant manager. I was still in the training. Everyone with me? Okay, so people were like, well, Danny, that seems pretty, you've hit so many of these goals. Yeah, but I had no office. Like, there was no company name. There was nothing yet. Does that make sense? Okay, Richard's goals are insane because if I remember at the time, we had 17 leaders in Dallas, and I was an assistant manager. And the goals he had right now, and I'm like, bro, there's no way you're hitting that. And he just made them happen because he had his goals posted on him every single day. Are you with me? So he went over how to create 2023 goals. Okay? And you don't have to submit these. You don't have to create an email. You don't have to send them out. I'm just looking for 5 people who want to create goals for their office because I'm looking to promote 5 people specifically from this office next year. Okay? I genuinely don't have a preference on who.
Just that it happens.
Genuinely, I don't. I just hope they make it. Okay, I'm looking to open 5 companies next year, and I'm excited about that. And with that comes a lot of standards. So if you're that person that wants to be part of that 5, just let me know. But just know, don't say it with your mouth and neglect it with your actions. With me?
Yeah.
Cool. Right? Like I'm trying to build an all-star team, but I'm trying to find all-stars, not JV people. I read this in a book yesterday. It's like you can't build an all-star team with JV people. And I'm like, holy smokes, that makes so much sense. And when we were trying to like build an Olympic team with like freshman level people sometimes, and I'm like, wow, I need to just find the all-stars, and they're here. Just hide. Okay, make sense?
Makes sense.
Cool. So he wrote notes on how to go over them. I know, bro. I'm nuts. I'm a changed man. Feedback from Rich Dad. Give me one. Put it in the back. I think I put it in the back so I can find it. There it is. This is good. Yes. Okay, cool. 2023 goals, right? Number 1, your goal is not to be an owner. Okay, your goal should be to get people more into management. So if you think your goal is to get promoted, we're gonna falter sometimes. You know what I'm talking about? And I know that sounds so insensitive to say because you're like, bro, I'm just trying to make it to ownership. What do you mean? Okay, I get that. But think about it like this. You heard the goals that I made when I was an assistant manager. I didn't talk about just getting there. Okay, talk about excelling. Everyone with me?
Yeah.
Okay, right. You want to build some level of stable income, right? Like that should be the goal. Build some level of stable income. Now, some of that can start coming passively too. If you promote other offices, you will receive passive income from the client. Okay? You should, if you're in that position, right? It took me 4 months to promote my first outside deal, right? I'm not saying you have to do it in that time, but that should be a position that you want to get in. Envision yourself being a promoting owner. Envision yourself being able to get other people into management, not just you getting there and coasting, right? Like ownership is not the finish line. Ownership is a checkpoint. And if your goals are tailored around just making it to management, our goals are gonna level off. Everyone with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, a deadline for them. Right? There's expertise and specificity. Specificity.
I think you said it right.
Specificity. My accent came out. It was like there's so many eyes in there. Okay, right, like be specific with your goals, right? Like I said, I want to have an 85% retention on recruiting for 20 weeks straight. Not, hey, I want to have good retention. Everyone with me? Some people are like, hey, I want to have a good day. What is a good day to you, right? Do you want to get 20 phones? Okay, right, like Joseph's like, hey, I want to get 10 closes today because I only got 7 yesterday. Right, like put a number to it because you gotta see your numbers go up. Everyone with me?
Yeah.
Cool. Deadline for them meeting to office. Okay, guys wrote meeting to office. Okay, so I split them up. I'm gonna split them up in 2 ways this year. Okay, there's gonna be big 10x goals. Big 10x goals. Okay, you know what I mean by 10x? Okay, Grant Cardone is a huge entrepreneur. Okay, he wrote a book called 10x. He talks about just having higher goals for yourself. While someone wants to make 100K, why do you only want to make 100K? Why not 1 million? Like, what is stopping you from dreaming that big? He talks about these 10x mentality thoughts. Everyone with me? Okay. Right, like not just running an office, but running the number 1 office. Right? Not just getting to ownership, but promoting other people into management. Things like that. Everyone with me?
Yeah.
Cool. Something reaching that is out of reach. That's what he described it, that I love. And it made a little bit of no sense, but it somewhat sense to me. Like, the goal should almost feel uncomfortable. Okay, like I was there, and I was making 800 to, or 600, 800, $1,000 a week in the training program. And I wrote down on the goals, my business wants to receive $25,000 a week. Like that felt uncomfortable to say. Everyone with me? But then I'm like, okay, let's break it down. In order for a business here to make about $25,000 on the water side, you just need 25 people doing 10 sales a week. Not that much, right?
Yeah.
Can we agree? It's not that much. On the 5G side, it's just 15 people doing 10 a week and 120 getting installed. Not that much, right? But when you're in the training program, you're like, okay, that's a little uncomfortable. Like that puts me in a place. Okay, but it should. Reading 25 books a week when I had only read 2 books is an uncomfortable goal. It shouldn't feel comfortable. It should be like, oh, like, am I gonna hit that? Right? Because if you like, oh, I want to get to ownership, then you check, you're like, cool. Right? Like I didn't have a relationship with my family going to the training because of how much they didn't understand the business. And I said I want to fly them out to visit the business. That was an uncomfortable goal. Everyone with me? Cool. Right? Oh, next thing is I started doing this. Richard gave me this idea. Does anybody know what that website is?
Yeah.
What is it?
And
Houses, bro. Me and Madison have been looking up. Okay, like this is cool. Okay. Have you ever looked at $1 million houses? Anybody ever looked at $1 million houses?
Yeah.
They're really pretty. They're really good. But when you start getting to the $3 to $4 to $5 million houses, like it's like if you want to order Uber Eats, they open up the gate and you drive them on to find the house again. Right? And you've got to tip them because they're like driving 6 minutes and it's your driveway. Right? And it's so cool. And like an elevator comes down, like someone meets you. That's the kind of house I want. Like I know the zip code I want that house in. I'm telling you because I look it up on Zillow every single week and I build my dream house. Like find a specific street that you want to live on. Like if I'm Porto, I'm like, okay, I want my kids, okay, my third daughter's gonna be born by then. I want her to have this many rooms. And I want to have a playroom for this year. And I want a theater room at the bottom. I want a bowling, like I know I want a bowling alley in my basement.
Be there.
Hands down. And I got the idea because somebody named Ken Weinrup has a bowling alley in his basement. And he's in our business. He has an arcade for his basement. It's an arcade. Like it's an arcade. Like y'all seen Frankie's? That's his basement. He's like, yeah, my kids are like 6, 7 years old and they finally started using the arcade. Right, but he's like, but I will tell you, for the first year of business, I was in a 850 square foot apartment. Hands down. He's like, but I had the goal. I knew the house I wanted built that day that I got promoted. I knew. Okay, so like, plan out your future house. Plan it out. Okay, like where do you want to live? What city do you want to open up a company in? Like, pick a city. My dream, and it might not work out that way. It might not. My goal was to open up in Clearwater, Florida. That was my goal. Okay, because I love Florida because that's where I was raised in Pensacola and I love the beach and all. But I was more focused on location. I didn't care. At the end of the day, I love North Carolina. I love it. Okay, Raleigh's of the fastest growing city in the country, I think. Okay, it's huge. We found like 16 other zip codes that I didn't even know existed yesterday when I was sending out territory. I'm like, holy smokes! I was like, you know what, I want to find it out. So I drove. I was like, wow, there's like a lot of developments going on here. Okay, pick a city, pick a company name. Like pick a name. Like, do you know what you want your company to be named?
Yes.
Brian, what is it?
Ember
Ember, like Inc. or Enterprise?
Enterprise.
I love it.
And one.
Ember.
Meliora Enterprises.
Meliora? Sounds like a name.
It
I love
is
it.
Latin for positivity.
I like this Latin thing we got going on in our organization. Impulsum, solo person. I like it. We're gonna keep going. You get promoted, Latin. It has to be Latin. Cool. Pick a company name, right? Pick a logo, right? Like you have somebody that creates your logo, but like I had an idea of what I wanted my logo to be. I knew my colors, hands down. I knew my colors off the bat.
Yeah.
Red's a dominant. I'm a red. I'm very, 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 very like take the bull by the horns type of thing. Okay, make sense? Next thing is it's almost crazy out of reach. It's almost crazy out of reach. Like I was not the best at money management, so I can't tell you that I had a lot of money saved. And to tell like I wanted 100K in my business was insane. It was like I'm not gonna hit that. I was like, no, I'm not gonna hit that. And then you see it and you're like, wow, okay, I'm getting closer. And you start looking at that and you start comparing. You're like, okay, I'm only this many weeks away. You're like, holy smoke. And then when we hit it, we're like, okay, let's go again. How much more? Right? Like you get obsessed with the goal hit. But if you don't keep this in line of reach, like I read this every morning. Anybody that's seen me walk in, I always pass through this and I read it. Because I need to know my actions are aligned with my goals that I made when I was an assistant manager. Was I still hungry for it? Make sense? Cool. Now the second one's gonna be daily action. I'm gonna go through this a little quick. Okay? Daily action. Okay? Where do you want to be before the end of the year? Where do you want to be by a year end? Something daily action, like read every day. Like now, my goal is like, so daily action. Right, like my goal is to read 15 pages for the entire year. 15 pages minimum. I can go over, I can go less, but I'm gonna read 15 pages from a paperback book for 365 days. Like that is the goal. Okay? What type of team do you want to have? Team identity. Right? Like I always knew that I wanted my team to be known for the most humble, for the most grateful, and the most hardworking. So how are we the most humble? Okay, we didn't live in our accolades. It didn't matter that we were number 2 in the office for water. Okay, it was how many offices can we get people to management. Okay, I didn't care if we're crushing it on 5G, right? We still suck at approval ratings, so we gotta fix that. Right, like don't live in your accolades, find things to work on. That's how you remain humble. Okay, don't live in your accomplishments. Don't read your press clippings. It doesn't matter if you did 4 yesterday, what are you gonna do today? It doesn't matter if you did 5 yesterday, it doesn't matter if you qualified for leadership, what are you doing to impact the person behind you? It doesn't matter if you're stagnant, go start taking some action and go get out of that. Everyone with me? Cool. Personal statements. If you're not good at personal statements, create a goal for it. Like if you're serious about wanting to get promoted, how much do you want to have? So if you think you're 4 months away, that means that you're gonna get promoted by March. Okay, right? What do you want in those 9 months of business? What do you want to achieve in those 9 months of business? How much money do you think your business can save? Make sense?
It makes sense.
Okay. Number of books read. And these are just examples. Like, if I was bad at reading, so I made the goal to read. If you're bad at networking, make the goal to network. If you're bad at bringing energy, make a goal to bring energy. If you're bad at being consistent in your habits, make a goal to read your habit tracker daily. Right? Like now my goal for daily action is gonna be like write down my affirmations every single day. Like my love language is words of affirmation. And I forget most of the times I need to love myself too. Okay? It's healthy. Okay? Right? So with that being said, I just write daily affirmations for myself every morning. It helps. It helps. An attitude of gratitude will always yield profit. Okay? Right? Like if you chase the mindset and the skill set, the money will chase you. Don't chase the money. Because you're gonna learn that the money only comes with the skill set, and then now you find yourself behind. But if you chase the mindset and the skill set, the money's gonna chase you afterwards. Okay, me and Alexis and Zach don't wait on Wednesdays to get the direct deposit report. No, we just work our tail off for 7 days. That way we can see the DD be attached to our work ethic. Everyone with me? Cool. The more you do this, right, no matter what, your goal should be somewhat of communicating with upline. Okay, I've set Richard and Chang and Julia Davis a paper saying I am going to be a national consultant every single day. Every single day. Bro, I'm looking for people who are gonna put down their goals. Send Danny reading notes on reading every single day. And I might not look at them, but the fact of is that you're reading. Does that make sense? Like if you need someone to hold you accountable, send me the notes. I had to send Richard my notes for about 20 days before I can make it a habit. And I'm like, okay, I don't need to send you everything and know you. I can do it on my own. I have accountability. Does that make sense? Right, like I'm looking for people who are gonna be that fanatical on it. Like, hey, I want to send Danny notes on my reading every single day. Like Sebi still submits notes every single time he audios. Can they be a little more consistent? Oh yeah, hands up. Right? And should they not be up till the morning? No, hands up, no. Right? But I love that he does it. Like he holds himself accountable. Okay? Like if your goal is I will never ever leave the field without 40 talk tos, I love that goal. I love that goal because it's not attached to a production. It's attached to something you can't control. Everyone with me? Mm-hmm. Cool. This is good. Right, I'm gonna create it, and all my call to action to you is gonna be, right, if you're really serious about this, guys, if you're really serious, put yourself in a position to make it serious, right? Like, who's gonna believe in you if you can't believe in yourself? Some people are like, well, Danny did that because he's good. No, I'm telling you, I did not have a company attached to my name when I made those goals. It's crazy to think about. I was so confident. Now I'm like, wow, go him. Where's he at? Okay, invite him. Right? But I'm looking for those people who are willing to invest in themselves, because if you invest in yourself, I'm gonna invest in you. Not the other way around. It's really hard to bless. It's hard to bless a complaining attitude. It's also hard to bless, okay? And it's hard to believe in someone who doesn't believe in themselves. You know what I mean? Like we're not gonna give you a company name before you're acting like an owner. We're not gonna make you an owner before you are a manager. Doesn't make sense. That's like saying somebody gets MVP. Kobe Bryant got MVP before he did all the stats for the rest of the year. Like if we were that skewed, we would get the MVP award in the beginning of the year, and then make sure they kind of followed suit. Everyone with me? Mm-hmm. So if you want to be attached to my goals, okay, just send me a text. Hey Danny, I would love to be attached to your goals. I'll send out the email tonight, okay, of all my 2023 goals, and please hold me accountable. Please hold me accountable. Hands down, I'm looking to promote 5 owners next year personally for my downline, okay? And I want the org to be at 10 owners by the end of the year. Right now we're at 3 with overrides on 4, okay? So I'm excited about that. We just need 6 more owners, and 5 are gonna come from me no matter what. And I'm gonna show you a picture of that house. Y'all think we can use that today?
Yes.
Awesome.